Hi guys, how are you all?
Good.
Hey, by the way, we meet 15 minutes late and 15 minutes will extend the class. Remember that, but I am okay. See, if you guys can come in early and discuss what is going on in school, I would be happy too. What are you doing in school, Abhiram? Trick functions?
Yeah, we're doing those, and then we're doing sinusoidal functions.
Good to know. Ritik, how about you?
Yeah, we're doing the same as Abiram.
Abhiram, okay. Have they discussed transformations?
Yeah.
Okay. Transformations of sine, cos, inverse trig, have they discussed?
No, not yet.
We start working on word problems?
Uh, we started working on like AP FRQs that are like word problems. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're also doing very similar ones that we do, I feel. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Let's go ahead. To go ahead and start with where we left off. Did they cover phase shift at school? Last week we did not cover phase shift, right? Did they cover phase shift at school?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll go. Okay. I'll go from where we left off. The phase shift part, I wasn't happy with what we discussed. Meaning, when the sinusoidal equations are of this format, I did not feel like I did justice. So let's go over that. Are you able to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there is a phase shift inserted, I did not personally go over that with you guys. So let's see one or two functions with phase shift, and then I'll move on to more problems or whatever we have. Anyway, see, they all will come at 7:15. Okay, we can just keep going, I feel. Let's see. Okay, suppose we are going to have this function 3 cos, go over and plot 3 cos x plus pi by 4 plus 2. 3 cos x, this is the phase shift, pi by 4 plus 2. So basically, this is the C value. It's called the phase shift. So it's always of the format A cos B x minus, okay, see, makes sense, guys. So here, this is the phase shift. This is up or down. This one is the horizontal translation. Horizontal stretcher compress, meaning horizontal dilation, I would call it. This is the vertical dilation. Any questions here?
No.
No.
Okay. So let's go ahead and plot this graph with a phase shift. I've never done that with you guys, I feel. Let's see. Let's have a basic. Naisha is coming in. Okay, let's have a graph like this. Let's go ahead and plot one by one. What is the amplitude, midline, max value, all that stuff you're going to tell me? We'll plot it one by one. Okay, do you want to say? It's a graph. I just wanted to have this graph. so that it's easy for us to plot rather than me drawing it. So go ahead. How will we? Okay, this is the equation given, right? So can you tell me what is the amplitude? One by one, we'll go ahead, plot it. Amplitude, max, min, midline. Can you come up with these? One second. Let's go ahead and find out these. One second, guys. I have too many windows open. Hi, Nitin, Naisha. We just started a little early. They were there. So just started. Okay. So can we go ahead with graphing trigonometric functions with phase shift?
Auntie, do you want me to send all of the worksheets?
Yeah, meaning whatever you have, it's okay. Meaning, see, Nitin, why I wanted to was I thought I'll cover some problems and make sure you get it. That's all. You get it. So
Yeah,
send it to me. Meaning, you have to send it to me in advance, then only I can cover. But that's okay. Even if you send it to me now, I'll see whether it matches. Whatever
I'm
we
just
have.
I'm
Mhm.
just screenshotting them and then I'm gonna send them.
Oh my God. You're screenshotting them. Okay. Okay. You can send the PDF to me. Not a problem, right?
I don't know if I can. I'll try.
Yeah. It's way easier for you rather than screenshotting page by page, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try this one. So let's go ahead and try graphing whatever function is given. So what is the amplitude? What is the midline? What is the max value? All that stuff. Let's go ahead and try that. What is the amplitude? What
3,
is that? Oh, you
3,
are starting. Okay. 3. And then what is the max?
3.
Amplitude is 3.
Oh, wait. Not
So
5.
the okay, what is 5?
5.
Why? The
Because
midline.
you have to add the plus 2.
Yep, midline moved to from 0 to 2. As a result, from the midline to the amplitude, to the max amplitude, right? The amplitude you need to add, right? So max will be
5.
5. Oh my God. 5. Min will be okay. Let's see this.
1.
Good. Max will be 1. Min will be see. Midline is at a 2. Okay. You know the amplitude is 3 means it goes up 3. Min should come down 3. So it will be at what? This is at 3. It has to come down 3. This is 2. It has to come down 3 units. So where this will be?
-1.
Yep. -1. Why? See, we have the midline at 2. It has to come 3 units down. 1, 0, -1. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Naitya, are you there with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. We know now max, min, midline. What else we need? Phase shift. Phase shift and period we have not done. So, what is the value of B in here? What is the value of B? Phase shift and period we need. Period and phase shift. One second, guys. I have somebody at the door. Give me a minute, okay? Just hold on. Sorry guys, let's go ahead. So now what is the phase shift and period? What is the period? What is the phase shift? How are we going to find the period? What is B value? It's a cos curve, right? So what is the period? 2 pi by B. B is 1. So the period is 2 pi. What is the phase shift when you look at this, right? Phase shift is left or right pi by 4.
Left.
It is, this is plus, right? Meaning this is a positive, this is positive, left pi by 4. See, it matches with the plus, but then it's a pi by 4 means it has moved to the left pi by 4. So now, how are we going to graph this? First, can we draw the midline? Just 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys, for the interruptions. Okay, let's go ahead. So now how are we going to graph it? I'm going to plot the midline first at 2. So this is my midline. Now let's go ahead and try. So midline is 2. And where do I start with, guys? You're going to guide me. No, not now, after an hour. So how do I start graphing, guys? Maximum is 5. Minimum is -1. Period is 2 pi. It is a cos curve. Cos curve means actually at the point 0. Let's plot our original ones. At the point 0, I should have my amplitude, right? So it would have been here. And then for a cos curve, right? The period is 2 pi. So basically it should have come here, right? And then the lowest point would have been the middle of these two, right? So this should have been here. And then -1. I'm sorry. I'm not including the phase shift, guys. And here and here. Am I making sense or not? You have to let me know, please. Am I making sense or not? Okay, I want you to tell it out loud.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Now, what do? I have plotted the points. Again, if you want the left-hand side as well, we can plot the points, original values, okay? I'm not talking about the phase shifted values. So I'll have here at pi, I'll have the lower value. Okay, now, however, that's not my graph, right? I have not included the phase shift. So what do? Phase shifted left by pi by 4. This is pi by 4, right? So I'll draw left. The red ones are my actual ones. You see? So the curve goes like this. Am I making sense? Am I making sense in the graph? Vibha, where are we, Vibha?
Wait,
What
Auntie,
happened?
I can't see you annotating the graph.
Yeah, I can't either.
Wow. What's going on? Let me see, guys. Let me see. I don't mind doing it again. Again, I'll be forced to do it again, and it's okay. Okay. Do you see this graph now? The
Yeah.
question given was y equal to 3 cos x plus pi by 4. What was that? Plus 2. Yeah. So now you're able to see, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So the amplitude was 3. Then what? Max value was what?
5.
First, let's do the midline. Midline is 2. So if the midline is 2, amplitude goes up 3, down, minimum goes down 3. So up 3 is what I do. To the midline, I add my amplitude. Midline, I add my amplitude to get the max. So max was 5, min was -1, period was, for calculating period, I need b value, right? 2 pi by b. So what is b? B was 1.
One.
If I substitute 1, period was 2 pi. So 2 pi was period. So per this graph, okay, I'll go ahead and plot my, this is a cost curve. Since it's a cost curve, what should have happened? This 0 should have the maximum, right? Maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct. So this was our actual, I'm not accounting for the phase shift at all. 5, and then the period was 2 pi. So this should have been up. In between, it should have gone to the -1. -1 is here, right? So at pi, it should have had its least value in between the two, in between this, right? Between the max and min, right? This is pi by 2. At pi by 2, it should have crossed the midline. What is the midline? 2. Similarly, here again, should have crossed the midline. Similarly, here, should have crossed the midline. Again, it comes to minus pi, it comes here. Any questions? This was the original graph for 3 cos x plus 2. However, because of that pi by 2, right? This pi by 2 phase shift is there. Pi by 4 was the phase shift in the original problem that we had. So since we had the phase shift of pi by 4 left, right? I did not write that. So phase shift was pi by 4 left. So this point got pi by 4 left, pi by 4 left, pi by 4 left. Just shift it to the left by pi by 4. Now just join the blue points. Does it make sense? Am I making
Yeah.
sense? Okay. We are going to draw more graphs now. Let me have the same graph, but let me switch. What did I want to do? I wanted to do more problems. Hold on. Okay, next graph, what I wanted to do was, how about this? You want to try, or do you want me to do? Y will be equal to -2 sine 2x minus pi minus 1. Let me write it down for you. This is the graph I want to graph. It's too small. I'm going to write it down for you. I want you to graph and show me y will be equal to -2 sine 2x minus pi minus 1. Shall we go ahead and graph it, or do you want to try?
Can we try?
Yeah, you can definitely try. Or at least I'll go ahead and work with you on midline, amplitude, max, min, phase shift, period. Can I do that? And then after that you can continue. Can we try? Okay, let's go ahead with amplitude. What is the amplitude?
-2.
2 ma. It's always absolute value of 2.
Oh, yeah.
But see, the minus indicates the reflection on. You have to remember the reflection. It is a reflection on
The Y.
The
X.
x-axis.
eczema. See, the minus is applied to the value of y. If y value negates, it's a reflection on x-axis. Okay, amplitude 2. And then what is the midline? What is the midline? Midline is given by D.
Y equals
Negative
minus
minus
1.
1.
Good job. Y equal to -1. It's an equation, right? Midline, meaning the line equation, right? Y equal to -1. Correct. And then now we'll calculate the max and min. What is the max? What is the min? Meaning, please understand, how do we calculate? Amplitude means 2 units up from the midline. That's what this says. So max is what?
1.
Good job. Min?
-3.
Nice. I think you're all good. Max is 1, min is -3. What else we wanted? Period. Period is always for sine and cos 2 pi by b. For that, you need to understand what is b. What is the value of b in here? Be careful. The thing about these
Pi
questions.
by 2.
2.
Huh?
Isn't just 2?
Oh, wow. Good one. Good question. So this I want to discuss in detail. Okay. Always remember, guys, see the general formula. See, the B has been taken out of both the phase shift and theta. If it is combined, you should really remember to take the commonality out. Here, it's all mixed and matched with the phase shift. So I would want the B to go out. When they give this equation, I would better take the 2 out, and then this becomes x minus pi by 2 minus 1. Am I making sense or not? This is the B value. This is the A value. This is your C value. This is your D value. Any questions? Okay, now 2 pi by B. Then in that case, 2 pi by B value is 2, right? So the period is pi. Phase shift is what? Phase shift is? Yes, guys, make an
Pi by
educated
2
pi by 2 left or right?
or right?
Right. Oh, why it is not writing? Pi by 2, right, correct. Okay, now it's easy to graph, right? Maybe I'll do this one, I'll give you the next one. So what is this graph? Sine graph, right? So 0 should be 0, but the midline got shifted. So midline is y equal to -1. I'll first draw my midline. Now this should have been my 0. Okay, max is 1. It goes up by 1. Max is 1 means from the midline 1 up. Max is 1. Okay. Amplitude is 2. So it goes up. Okay, that I'm sorry. That's not the point. The period is pi. See here, the period is pi means what happens? Again, it goes to here. What happens? The max is what? Max is 1, right? Min is -3. Does it make sense, guys? But that's not it. What is the problem with this? I have not taken into account what?
The phase shift
The
or the
reflection and
reflection?
phase shift. We need to be very careful. So, how should the graph be? We need to take care of both, right? So, let me go ahead. First, this should go up. So first of all, reflection on the x-axis. This is a reflection on the x-axis means max become min, min becomes max. That's it, right? It's not going to be much of a change. So it's going to be basically like this. But you know, I did not consider the phase shift yet. So let's go ahead and plot the values for C. That's why original values you should plot for everything. So now this goes here. I'll plot for the full thing entirely. Okay. So this goes here and this one at 2 pi. Again, I have this. Again, I have this. However, let me take into the reflection. When I reflect it, this comes here. This comes here. So, but the green points are very good, but then it did not take into account the phase shift. Pi by 2 to the right. Pi by 2 to the right means what happens? Everything moves pi by 2 to the right, right? Then the green moves pi by 2 to the right. Green moves here. So we go ahead with these points. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Am I making sense? Are we good with this, guys?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so at 0, let me see whether we drew the correct graph. Where is it? Yes. This should pass like this. Comes down. We got it right. Can I move on, guys? Okay. Do you want to draw one more by yourself, maybe? Let's see. I'm going to write an equation next, okay? But before I do that, I would want you to do one more graph. This one, can you do it by yourself? Be nice. We did. Uh-huh. I have only 2 examples in here. Okay. Let me go ahead and ask you this. Can we go ahead and write an equation for this one? Let's see. I'll give you a graph. Let's try to find out an equation. I'll give you more sample problems, okay? Let's see. I'm going to give you a graph. Let's do the sign equation for this, okay? We'll use a positive leading. Okay, I'll give you the instructions. Let me erase all of this. If you didn't understand, you'll have to stop me. I might have to leave early, okay? How about this? We are not going to draw graphs, so I can go ahead and erase these graphs. Now, there's a graph on the board, okay? I would want you to start writing the equation for this. I want a sine curve equation, okay? Positive leading coefficient I want. Positive leading coefficient is amplitude is positive, okay? And then the last one is minimum phase shift. To left or right is okay. Can we try this? Can we try what is this graph? I need a sine graph. So, how will we do this? So, what is the phase shift first of all? What is the midline? You're going to tell me.
Wouldn't the phase shift be pi over 4? Or
Good thought. Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay, why do you think it's pi over 4?
because the original sine curve,
Original sine function was here, right?
yeah,
How did it shift? Okay, let's see. This is pi by 2. If it would have crossed this, this was pi by 4. But it did not. It crossed in between pi by 4 and pi by 2. Do you see it?
yeah,
So basically, pi by 2 was divided by 4 intervals. Pi by 2 was divided into 4 intervals. And it shifted how much? Pi by 4 plus that piece. So let's see. So it shifted how much? Wait. What is the midline?
Shifted down
What is
one.
yeah. What is the midline first of all? We didn't do that. What is the
Pi
midline?
equals -1.
-1. So that was the midline, right, guys? So here, yeah, I'll take your words now. So midline is y equal to -1. Now, Ritik, I go with you. So actual 0 should have been here, but it shifted by pi by 4. Okay, so pi by 4 to the right? Pi by 4 to the right means okay, let me write down this as well. A sine b times c theta. Oh, 1 second. Theta plus c plus d, right? Does it make sense? Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead now. It's a pi by 8, left or right? What did we do? Pi by 4 or pi by 8,
I
Amma?
thought
Okay.
it was pi by 4. Because everything got shifted right, pi by 4. Or,
Makes sense to say pi by 4 to the right. Okay, then next one.
The midline is at y equals -1.
Amplitude is what?
Amplitude's 2.
Amplitude is 2. Then what else we can find?
We can
Amplitude is 2. 1 minute, wait, what is going on?
Yeah, I got the amplitude too as well.
Yes, amplitude is 2. No, what? By mistake, did I give you a wrong graph? Hold on. One second, guys. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, amplitude is 2 and then we know phase shift, okay, and then midline we already got -1, so -1 gets substituted here. Amplitude is 2, which is correct, and then phase shift pi/4 to the right. So what happens? Minus pi/4 or plus pi/4?
minus pi/4.
Yeah, minus pi/4. I'm sorry, pi/4 to the right or minus pi/4. Okay. And then what is B? B is how to find out the period. We know period is equal to 2 pi by B. What is the B value? We don't know, but we can really get the period. See, lowest point to the lowest point. Either you can do that, or what else you want to do? Max point to the max point. Or see, the easiest way for me, min point to the min point. But now this is minus pi/4, right? This one is, it's between 2. This is 2 pi. So how will you find out this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 pi by 8. Each one, this is a period of 2 pi. Each one is 2 pi by 8 or pi/4, pi by 1 pi/4, 2 pi/4, 3 pi/4, 4 pi/4, 5 pi/4, 6 pi/4, 7 pi/4, 8 pi/4. So this is 7 pi/4. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that way it's easy for you to do it at school as well. See, this period is 2 pi. This is divided into 8 segments. Okay, so 2 pi by 8 is, each segment is 2 pi by 8, which is pi/4. Instead of saying pi/4, pi/2, you might get confused, right? So this is 1 pi/4, 2 pi/4, 3 pi/4, 4 pi/4, 5 pi/4, 6 pi/4, 7 pi/4, 8 pi/4. 8 pi/4 is 2 pi. Got it? So the period extends from minus pi/4 to 7 pi/4. So actual period is what? 7 pi/4 minus pi/4. So 7 pi/4 plus pi/4. 2 pi is the period. So period is 2 pi means B value is what? 1. So now it's easy to write our equation. Bhunesh, are you following?
Yeah.
2 sign. Wherever you're not following, you're going to tell me. So so this is x and y we are writing, not theta, minus pi/4, then plus d minus 1. Am I making sense? This is the equation for this graph. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Can I move on? We'll get more equations. We'll start writing more equations. Okay. How about this? Would you be able to write an equation for this one for me? Try writing an equation given this. Amplitude is 3, period is pi, phase shift is left pi/8, vertical shift down 4. Vertical shift down 4. That means what? What is the midline?
-4.
Yep. So the equation of the midline is y equal to -4. Amplitude is 3 means what happens? Max and min? Midline,
Are
y equal to
max
-4. Go ahead.
Oh, the max is 3 and then the min is -3.
Max is what, Amma?
Oh, wait, if the midline is that, oh, sorry. The max is -1 and then the minimum is
Exactly.
-7.
Yep. And then max min is not at all required. Actually, the equation is of the format y equal to a sine function, right? Sine b and then x plus c plus d. So we already found out the midline is -4. And then amplitude is what? Amplitude is 3. They have already given. Period. See, period is 2 pi by b. We don't know b, right? Period is 2 pi by b. Period is given pi. Now, b pi equal to 2 pi. Pi gets cancelled. B equal to 2. So, 3 sine 2 x plus c minus 4. What is that c? Left pi by 8 means what happens to c?
Plus pi by 8.
My
I
left.
wouldn't. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. That's
I
it.
mean, yeah.
Make sense? It's
Yeah.
not a hard one, provided you understand and get a good hang of it. Sinusoidal curves are easy. Let's see. I wanted to move on. Let's see. I don't want to discuss. Sinusoidal modeling, we'll do it next week, okay? We'll do more of graphing this week because from the worksheet that Bunesh gave me, I did see more. They did not discuss sinusoidal modeling yet. So let me go ahead and do graphing. Okay, secant, cos, all that we can cover, I feel. Let's see. Yeah, you all got it. Okay, give me a minute. Mhm. Something is making it hard on me. Hold on. Chrome closed. Okay. Folder, go to folder. Give me a minute. Ah. Okay. Let's go to tangent. Okay. I really want you guys to know about the tangent function, but before that, I never gave you some example problems for graphing, right? Let's discuss some example problems for graphing sine and cos. I'll call you. No. Yeah, I'll call you. Okay, let me go ahead and ask you to graph functions, okay? For sine, cos, write out the equations. That is more important, okay? Let's see this one. I want you to write okay, I want you to write both a sine and a cos function given this graph. I'll give you the graph. How about this? Can we go ahead and graph? Can you go ahead and write the equation for this function? We are only covering sine and cos. To make it easy, I thought I'll cover first sine, cos, nicely be able to graph it, write the equation. And after that, we'll move on to tangents. Let's try to find the equation for this one.
Or
You,
is
yeah.
it intervals of 2 for the y-axis?
Y-axis, is it? What do you think, Ritik, from what is given?
Yeah. Well, like every it's one.
Is it intervals of 2, Amma? This is 0,
Oh
this is
no,
1.
I
Get it?
meant like yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it's intervals of 2, it's intervals of 1. Go ahead. So now, what is the midline? First of all, you need to understand what is the midline, and then you have to find ABCD. Let me write down A sine B times x minus C, and then plus D. This is the sine graph. Cos would be A cos. Both I need. B times x minus x plus C. We said it as plus C plus B. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. sine curve, right? So it moved how much? You're going to write out, right? If you don't know, then I'll help you. Amplitude is max minus min by 2. I hope you remember that. I don't know. Let me see. Midline is always max plus min by 2. Let me write it down for you. Midline is always max plus min by 2. What next? Amplitude is max minus min by 2. Go ahead. This one you can remember forever. Let's try to write the equation. Sometimes, yeah, go ahead. You want to write or do you want me to do, guys? You please let me know, guys.
I sent
Can
the
we
answer.
write it?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you sent me 1 minute. Somebody logging in now. Why? Yeah, you can write it, ma, but I want to see who's logging in. Would like to have your videos on, guys. For accountability purposes, it's so important to have it on. And you know what? Even if you have group classes later on in college, you should have your videos on. It's a very basic video class etiquette. I don't know, meaning I don't want to force you, but I feel like it's my duty to tell you, even if you go to other teachers or anywhere, right? Automatically, if you have your videos on, it gives so much of a difference. Even if anybody else has the videos off, it's very important that you guys have your videos on. It shows a lot of difference. With me, it doesn't, but when you go out, definitely people respect having your videos on. Okay, Anirudh, you're going to work on the problem. Oh, Tejashvi, is it you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Why is Anirudh logging now? You know, I have 2, 3 Anirudh, so I didn't know who was that Anirudh. Okay, we are trying. I hope your performances went well abroad.
They were nice. Thank
Good to
you.
know. Good experience.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was fun.
Very nice to know. Glad to hear. Good job, though.
Thank you.
We are working on writing equations for trigonometric functions. These are the general equations. Would like to? We'll go ahead. You did not come before, so you might have missed it. So let's see. Go ahead. Others, I'm waiting. Ritvik, you said that you sent it to me, right? Oh my God, what is going on? Oh, I got so many answers. Okay. You're all good, guys, but something feels so wrong. Um, Let me quickly check, guys. Different persons have put in 1 minute for the general format, right? For C, I want to check some. C, because I remember teaching it as minus C as well. So just a minute. I just want to follow the book. C is only correct. A shift is minus C by B. The units to the left. Okay. Okay. One another formula that I wanted to introduce is you can also calculate phase shift. This is all correct only, I verified. Phase shift will be equal to minus C by B. You can as well use this formula. Minus C by B, you can use it to calculate phase shift. Now I'm checking your answers, guys. Many of you have answered, right? 3 sine Bhuvanesh. Okay. Frequency is 1 by 8. Okay. Amplitude is 3, correct? Okay, the minus pi by 4 plus pi by 4 is really wreaking havoc. Nidhi, you are able to do, ma?
I forgot how to find B because I didn't write that down yet.
But let's go ahead. Ma, if you're stuck, ask, right? I'll redo. Okay, so let's see where is the midline. What is the midline, first of all? This is the max, right? This is the min. So max is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how I would do. 5, min is minus 1. So what is the midline? I've already given you here. Midline is max plus min divide by 2, which is 2 is the midline. So I can draw this. When I have 2 as the midline, this becomes 2, correct? Let me write it in a different color so that you know that we have derived this. 2 is the midline. Now after that, let me go ahead and do what I need to do. Amplitude. Amplitude is how many units from the midline? 1, 2, 3 up and 3 down. Do you see? So amplitude is 3. Bhuvanesh, are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it is a sine graph, right? Sine, B and C we need to calculate. We don't know B and C, correct? So, period is for a sine and cos curve 2 pi by B. Remember that we discussed last week. Period is 2 pi by B. How to find out the period? I told you, right? Lowest point to the lowest point. The thing here is you don't know what are these values, right? So it's not hard. See here. Till 0 to pi is this, right? That is split into how many intervals? 4 intervals. So each is pi by 4, correct? Pi by 4, 1 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4. This is minus 3 pi by 4. This one is 1 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 4 pi by 4 pi by 4. This is 5 pi by 4. So what is the period? Period is from here to here. 5 pi by 4 minus 3 pi by 4, correct? So that is 8 pi by 4. So period is 2 pi. Period is 2 pi. If period is 2 pi, Can I substitute that in here? 2 pi equal to 2 pi by b, b equal to 1. Am I making sense? Okay, now b equal to 1. But the last thing I need to find out is the phase shift. Phase shift, I have some issue with the sign. Let me recheck it, guys. Okay, now how to find out the phase shift? Let's see. Now the midline was here. Okay, that we are not confused. This is a sine curve. So basically, the shift is from here to here. That means what? Mhm. The shift is from here to here, right? So what is the phase shift? How did you all get pi by 2, pi by 4? Can you tell me? Can you all tell me? How did you get that? Phase shift, whoever has written pi by 4, right? Can you please tell me? Nitin, B value is what, Nitin? 1, right?
It's 1.
Yeah.
I put 2 pi over 8.
What am I? How did you get 2 pi by 8? That's what I'm asking.
2 pi, I just guessed honestly, but then I put 8 as a period.
You put 8 as your period.
Yeah.
Period is not 8, right? See, the lowest point to the lowest point, right? So if each is pi by 4, right? 1 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 4 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4.
Oh, I miscounted then.
So in here, pi by 2 pi by 4, 2 pi, I'm sorry, 1 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 4 pi by 4, or 3 pi by 4. This is minus 3 pi by 4. So the distance is 5 pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4, right? 8 pi by 4, which is 2 pi is the period. Did I make sense, guys? Ritik, are we clear till here?
Yeah. Wait. So for the phase shift, is what's the phase shift?
Phase shift is
I thought it was pi by 4. I didn't know.
wait. Here. The phase shift is here, right? To the left by.
Wait, is it going left or because I think to me it looks like it's going right.
I'll tell you why. Okay, why we are confusing that. Let's see. Here, why did I, meaning if you can keep this or you can keep this, right? It should have been here. But the thing is, how is the original parent sine curve? Parent sine curve goes up then down. So if you consider this, it's correct. If you consider this, it goes down and up. So this is not the shift. Am I making sense?
Oh, I did it for cosine. For cosine, it goes right by pi
Oh,
by
yeah,
4.
yeah, yeah. It's okay. But if you have given me the equation as cos, it's okay still.
Okay.
Got it. If you have given me the equation as cos, it is still okay. Dhyani, the phase shift is incorrect. Did you understand why the same mistake? Dhyani?
Uh, could you explain it for like the sine
Yeah,
graph? Could you explain it?
yeah.
Cause oh,
Sine curve, when it starts at 0, it goes up, then down. Am I making sense?
yes.
So if you consider the phase shift as it has come to 3 pi, okay, actually this is the midline. So at this point you should have had the 0, correct?
Mhm.
But it has shifted either here or here, right? Which is the correct shift? How will you determine that? From that 0 x-intercept, whatever intercept, right? Midline intercept, when the graph crosses the midline, from there it has to go up. When you consider this point, it goes down. This is not the shift.
Oh, so it has to go to the right
Left
by
by pi by 4. Did you get it?
uh
Phase shift is left pi by 4. Make sense?
yeah.
Okay, now coming to the formula. So the equation is written as 3 sine x plus pi by 4 plus 2, right guys? Yep. Make sense? Bhuvanesh, are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the cos function, what do we do? For the cos function, what do we do? Cos function, what do we do? Same, right? Nothing is going to much change. 3 cos, b is going to remain the same because 2 pi is the same period. So this is going to be 1, but the phase shift is going to differ. Everything is the same, but the phase shift for the cos function, how are we going to say? Here, I'm going to draw the midline. For the cos, the parent function, how is it? Cos function is at its maximum at 0. Cos function is at its maximum at 0. So basically, this should have been the maximum. But it shifted by how much? The cos function was its maximum and then it comes down, then goes up, right? That is the cos function. So for the cos function, now what is the phase shift? It was pi by 4 to the
To the right. So wouldn't it be minus pi by 4?
yeah. Make sense? That's all. That's the only difference. So now writing equation should be easy, I feel. Let's see. Let's do one more and see maybe. This is quite important, guys. Huh. Why don't you write an equation for this one? I would like to see both a cos as well as a sine. Now I'm going to leave it to you, please. If you don't understand, ask. Period equal to 2 pi by b. That you should remember. Amplitude equal to what? Max. Amplitude
Minus
is
min over 2.
uh-huh. Correct. And then midline is max minus min divide by 2. I'm sorry. Midline is max plus min divide by 2. Amplitude is max minus min divide by 2. 2 pi by b will be equal to the period. That is enough for now. Phase shift formula, you don't need it. Go ahead. Though the book has it. Try what is the midline. I would like to see you do it. Let's see. Tejashvi, are you following, ma?
Kind of. We just learned this stuff, so it's still like new.
Oh, I see. Go ahead. Get it?
Wait, I'm getting a decimal for the midline value. Is that
Okay, let's see.
how it's
No
supposed to
problem. Yeah, we'll see. We are getting a decimal value for the midline value. Okay. Tejashvi, to bring you up to speed, right? A sine, this is the general formula. B times x plus C plus D. A is the amplitude. P is horizontal dilation. This is sometimes called vertical dilation. Same as other functions. This is the phase shift. Here it's a little different. D is, T is what? Midline or whatever. Move up or down. Okay. Now he says the midline is coming. Okay. Before you do the midline, right, I would want to find the max. Max is at a -1. Min is at a -2, -3, -4. Now, max is at a -1, min is at a -4. Amplitude is, what is midline? What is the formula for midline? Max. Guys, go ahead, guys. Midline. How do you find the midline from max min values?
plus min, max plus min divided by 2.
Good job. That is for midline. Should not write max plus min by 2. Amplitude is max minus min by 2. So you clearly see the amplitude -1 minus 4 by 2 or whatever, max minus min, correct. So now it will be -1 plus 4 by 2. You're getting the amplitude of 3.5. Am I right? -1 -4, correct. But I need to check the values, guys. Give me a minute.
I'm getting 1.5 as the amplitude.
I got 1.5 as well. Don't you have to like factor in like after you like shift it back up?
After I shifted back up, but the amplitude will not change, right, Amma?
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, amplitude and what is the max? Okay, max is -1, min is, so this will be -5 by 2, which is -2.5. This is 1.5. Is it correct,
Yeah, that's
Ritik?
what I got.
Okay, good, good. So we have several of these now. Amplitude is 1.5, and then B. Go ahead. So how to find out B? Period, right? Period equal to 2 pi by B. What happened to that? 2 pi by B means period is what? Again, come back to our circle one. What is the period? This distance is 2 pi. But what is this distance? I need to add it, right? What is the distance? This is pi by 4 minus pi by 4 minus 2 pi by 4, right? So the period becomes 2 pi plus this distance. What is that?
Miss Priya,
Uh-huh.
isn't the interval pi by 3?
Isn't the,
Interval pi by 3?
what is that? Interval means, is it, are you talking about the period?
No, like, if you look at the units from the origin to pi, there's 3 blocks in between. So, like, wouldn't negative pi be equal to -3 over 3 pi? And, like, this, because, yeah, like, because there's only, like, 3 intervals between the origin and pi.
Okay. So here you're saying, yeah, I did not. Here is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my bad. As usual, I did. So I did not see this. This was, so then in that case, this is 2 pi is very clear, but then see, this is pi by 3, pi by 3. So this is minus pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3. So I should have done 2 pi by 3, right, Amma?
Yeah.
Correct. So 8 pi by 3. So the period is 8 pi by 3. When the period is 8 pi by 3 will be equal to 2 pi by b. So how do you find out b? Can I let you find out b or should I find out b?
I did cross multiplication.
Correct. So b is what?
B is equal to 3/4.
Good job. Go ahead. If you did not understand, you have to ask. Go ahead. Abhiram, did you get it?
Yeah.
B will be equal to 3 by 4. Nitin, did you get how?
Yeah.
Okay, then next. What should I do? I know this is 3 by 4. For a sine curve, we are doing. What is the phase shift? Anybody? Midline was what?
2
Midline
pi over 3? Is that the shift or?
for the sine graph, right?
Oh, not for that. I did cos. Sorry.
Okay, you did cosine. Okay. For the sine graph, yeah, correct. Ritik, for the cos graph, it's 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 to the left or right, Amma?
To the to the to the right.
Correct. Cos graph is okay, but let's finish the sine graph. Sine graph, there is no phase shift at all. When you look at the graph, right smack at this, on the y-axis, you have the 0. So there is no phase shift at all. This is 0. So the equation I would write for the sine graph is 1.5 sine 3 by 4 x. That's it. Up or down is what? Up or down is midline, right? Minus 2.5. Any questions?
Wait, what would the equation for the cos graph be?
Cos. Yes, I'll do it. Cos, same, but then slightly different. Sine, B remains the same because period is the same. However, there is a phase shift. Here, the cos curve should have been at its maximum. The curve should have gone like this, but it went up by pi by 3, another pi by 3. 2 pi by 3, it went to the right? So, there is a phase shift of 2 pi by 3 to the right. So, what happens?
It's minus 2 pi by 3.
Yep. So, I will rewrite it as minus 2.5. Any questions? Tejashvi, are you getting a hang of it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Okay, that was good. So we are going very slow though. So writing equations for graphs is okay. Then, okay, tangent you don't know yet. So I can't do that with you guys. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do tan. Okay. Coming to this, right? I would really like to go over this one. This is minus 1 comma 0. This point is minus 1 comma 0. Let's get into tangents. Tangent, I'm going to go into the graphs of tangent functions. We have only covered sine and cos and their transformations, right? So this point is minus 1 comma 0 though. Now, when you look at the curve, when you look at this unit circle, right? Tan theta is y by x. So basically, tan theta also refers to the slope, change in y by change in x. For your trigonometric functions, you already know that tan theta equal to sine theta by cos theta, and the denominator should never be 0. So let's find out. So it starts from what? Let's say, if we want to graph it, right? Before we graph it, right? Let's first understand tan 0 is what? This is always of the format cos comma sine, right? So tan theta is sine theta by cos theta. Cos theta is never 0. If it is 0, then it becomes undefined, right? Now, so tan 0 starts from what value? Tan 0, at this point, what is the tan value? What is the tan value, guys? I'm going to graph this, that's why I'm asking. Tan theta starts at what? Tan theta starts at what value? This is cos 0, sin 0. Sin 0 by cos 0 is what at this point?
Is it 0?
0. Good job. Because cos 0, 1 by 0, sorry, sin 0 is 0. 0 divided by 1 is a 0, right? So it starts at 0 and it moves up. Tan value goes high, 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 high. It goes to infinity. Then at this point, what happens to tan value? This is cos by sine. This is cos comma sine. However, tan theta equal to sine theta by cos theta, right? So at pi by 2, what is the value I'm asking? At pi by 2, what is the value? You see what I mean, huh? What is the value? It becomes it becomes okay, what happened, guys? Am I clear or not clear? For a unit circle, this gives you the cos theta value, this gives you the sin theta value. Tan theta equal to sin theta by cos theta, correct? As a result, at 0, this is your cos theta value, this is your sin theta value. 0 by 1 gives tan theta equal to 0 at this point. Go here. Again, this is pi by 2. The radian value is pi by 2. At that point, this is cos pi by 2, sin pi by 2, correct? I'm asking for tan pi by 2. What is tan pi by 2?
It's not undefined.
Yeah, it is undefined. Sin pi by 2 by cos pi by 2. So that becomes undefined. So let's tabulate it. What did we try? 0 we tried, 90 we tried. 0, this is the in radian value. Angle in radian value and tan theta. Now, for 0 it was a 0. For pi by 2 it was undefined. For pi what happens? At pi, cos, sine. This is cos pi, sine pi. Again,
It,
it became a 0. Do you see it?
yeah.
Okay, good. Now, suppose if it is a minus pi by 2, you go back here. What happened here? This is cos, this is sine.
Undefined.
Yes, it is undefined. So basically, minus pi by 2 was undefined. Now, let's please graph it. Minus pi by 2, it was undefined. So there is a vertical asymptote at minus pi by 2. Add pi by 2, we have a vertical asymptote again. So for every pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2, we have a vertical asymptote, meaning it goes to the value undefined. For 0, it is a 0. So pi, it's a 0. So basically, what happens? It goes from here to undefined. Again, it goes from, do you get it, guys? Am I making sense on how to draw the
Yeah.
graph?
Yeah, it makes sense.
If you're not, Ma, I'll call you, Ma. Are you getting it, guys?
Yeah.
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 If you don't get it, ask, right? We're doing it correctly. The thing is, when do we draw this asymptotes? When you look at it here, compare the unit circle. Pi by 2. Again, this is, see, 1 pi by 2. And then 3 pi by 2. And then what? This is 4 pi by 2. This is 5 pi by 2. You see, this is 6 pi by 2. This is 7 pi by 2. So do you see here? Vertical asymptotes are drawn for pi by 2. 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2. You see? Now here there is a vertical asymptote again here. So this continues. Am I making sense? This is how you correlate a unit circle with a tangent graph. Does it make sense? Okay, let's also define the properties. Okay, this one extra thing I wanted to do. Properties of a tangent curve. Let's do that. Okay, now can you tell me the domain of this function? What is the domain of this function? Guys, go ahead, guys. Basically, x is an element of R. It goes till infinity, right? However, x is not equal to what? X is not equal to?
Pi over 2x.
Not really, only the odd ones, right? Good thoughts though. There is a difference. So,
Wait,
meaning,
pi over 2x plus pi?
nice. Pi over 2 plus, can I put it as pi over 2 plus n pi? N
Yeah.
is an element of z. You see, n is an element of z means substitute 0. So pi by 2 gets carried out. Substitute 1. If I substitute 1, 1 pi plus pi by 2 is 3 pi by 2. If I substitute 2, 5 pi by 2. If I substitute 3, 7 pi by 2. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what is the range? Range is minus,
Wouldn't the range be all real numbers?
yeah, minus infinity to infinity. Correct. So y-intercept is at?
Zero.
Zero,
Y-intercept is
comma
0.
zero.
It's at 0. And how do we define continuity? Or we'll define asymptotes. How do you define asymptotes for this? It is at pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. How do we do
Wouldn't
this?
it be the same thing we put for the domain?
Exactly, yes. X will be equal to pi by 2 plus n pi. Nice. And then asymptotes, and then what? Uh, okay.
X-intercept?
X-intercept you want? Okay, X-intercept is what? Correct. X-intercept, how to write that?
Pi plus pi n.
Pi plus n pi. Do you want to write pi plus n pi or n pi?
We can just write n pi.
Yeah, I think I can write n pi because if you substitute 0, 1, 2, it's all good. 0, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, x-intercept is covered. Can I move on? So this characteristics is very important, okay? I feel like I didn't discuss this properly for sine and cos. But tan we have covered. Can I move on?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did want to cover inverse functions as well. But that's okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so vertical asymptotes I have described to you. Now comes the thing. I should not have deleted it. Okay, now tell me what is the period of tangent function that we forgot to discuss. What is the period of tangent function?
Pi.
Good job. Pi. You see between this and this, pi. Because after the c, that's the distance between this and this point, right? So it's just pi. So now you tell me if the period is pi, period is always, okay, so period is now pi by b. Am I making sense for tangent graphs? Sine cos the period was 2 pi by b. So now here for the tangent graphs, let's say we have a transformed tangent graph. Let's call y will be equal to a tan b theta. If we have this, right, or bx. If we have this, for this b, the period will be pi by b. Our parent function is tan x, right? For tan x, the period was pi. I showed you here. Now, if there is bx, there is a horizontal dilation of b, means the period becomes pi by b instead of 2 pi by b, which was there in cos and sine curves. Can I move on?
Auntie,
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry, but is it okay? I need to leave.
Yeah, please go. I'm going to finish the class.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
No problem. Now, we did discuss that the vertical asymptote of the parent function occurs at vertical asymptote of the parent function, right? We did discuss here. Remember, we'll finish with this characteristics of tan function, okay? For the for the for the for the for the tangent function, vertical asymptotes were at pi by 2 plus n pi, correct? Now the period pi gets divided by b, transformed. So what happens there? Okay, let me explain this again. The period asymptotes of the original function was at this. Now there is a transformed function I am discussing, a tan b theta. So that has to be divided. B has to be divided by b. Pi has to be divided by b. So do you see it? Asymptote will be at pi by 2b plus n pi by b. Any questions there? Any questions? So asymptotes for you to find out if there is b transformation of b horizontal dilation, then you will have to put your asymptotes at pi by 2b plus k pi by b or n pi by b. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll stop here on how to put the vertical asymptotes. Next week, what we can do is we just drew the graph as well, but we can work on graphing tangent functions. Graphing tangent, cosecant, secant, I'll finish next week and also cover some sinusoidal modeling. Okay, any other questions for me? Okay,
No.
guys. See you all next week, but please do the homework. There's a lot of practice that you can do. I'll put up the homework in the classroom. If anything weird comes in school, please pass it on to me. We can discuss next week.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Thank you.
Auntie.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Priya,
guys.
a recording of this class to me if possible,
Oh, yeah.
because I missed a big part of it. That'll be helpful.
Oh, no problem. I've already recorded, ma.
Okay.
You know how to go to the recording?
Is it in the Google Classroom?
No, ma'am. You can go to YouTube